In
What up,
Louisville,
what up, what
Kentucky,
up?
they love thoroughbreds who know how to run down the stretch and get to the wire first. And certainly, they've seen plenty of them here. From Johnny Unitas to Lamar Jackson, today, the Louisville Cardinals will try to live up to that legacy. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Louisville Cardinals. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Cardinals will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will get the first swing of the game. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
The quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game. So who do you look for? The tight end. And there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter. But over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29.
A first down run.
He's going to pass. Unleashes it on the run. Oh, and he gets downfield for the
Big play
catch.
right there.
A huge gain on that one before he ran out
Throw
of
on the
bounds,
run.
and he has the first down.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action. Maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining up all over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Royer. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile
3rd
environment, and you know you're going to
first
be
down.
getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the...
Give him 6.
Royer.
Touchdown,
Freshman.
Florida State. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
That's what we need to do.
So Louisville's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I'm taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes, because you're just asking to get picked off.
Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
Sometimes as an offense, you like run plays, and you like running it right into the teeth of the blitz. That's what happened right there. Everybody up front got a hat on a hat, and they were able to crease that defense.
Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection.
Hey.
And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. And the Cardinals in the hurry-up. The give to the tailback. Still on his feet at the
What kind of
45.
angle was that?
What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They're getting this guy lathered up. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Awful.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball off.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They'll pass on the 46-yard field goal attempt and go for it here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, a 4th down stop, and the turnover on downs. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They'll give it to the back. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time, Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. They got to get that physicality, that run game, if they want to be a great program again.
That's a really good-looking throw there. And I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Swanky, who, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a groove, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
It's now 2nd down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Royer. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. With the catch, it's John. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere, and they're able to make a big-time play.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. Having a playmaker like that can get the offense out of just about any situation.
And no doubt, he can roll right, he can roll left, he can do whatever he wants, buy time and throw the football, but you have to defend everything. You have to defend pass, you have to defend run, and you have to defend plays that aren't even called, so good luck stopping this cat.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Cardinals line up to punt it away.
Screen.
Here's the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. First snap of this drive comes from the 32.
Check, check, check.
Wants to throw on first down. Skips away from pressure. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
And
he wants to pass it on second down.
no.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats.
Dumb throw.
First down to start the drive after the break.
The grass.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll pull it on the read. Got the first down and more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
I'll tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
Relying on that running game inside the red zone, he picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Using the quick game. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. The quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. He'll take that completion.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. He got it into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting a touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting into rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. He's got an alley.
Put it on the board.
He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Knowles. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And this is what's so great about play action. The run fake sucks those linebackers up, and it just creates so much more space for these receivers to operate. Beautiful execution by the offense.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Got his man on the outside. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Dances away. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Cardinals are marching down the field. To the air on 1st down. He's right on target. They get him down after he makes the catch. This offense has a 2nd down play. Power football with the run. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. After the big 1st down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. The give on the inside. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The Cardinals will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Catch in the middle. It's Hodges. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. And the Noles with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Royer. Still running at the 40. The expressway is wide open.
Dude, he's got 95 speed and he can't
has it down to the 25-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Seminoles have taken it inside the 20. Dances away from the heat. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Couldn't find his man last time. Now they'll have to convert 3rd and 4. Looking to throw it again. Coming after it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us in points.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Feeling some heat. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Cardinals will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
Caught close to the marker, it's Warrior. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. He's got his man. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on second down. Trying to get to it. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half.
5 seconds.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down.
Oh my gosh, he's so
It's
good.
Warrior. Touchdown, Florida State.
Wow.
And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you
That
look
was
for
great.
in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a fascinating first 2 quarters of football in Louisville. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. On the move, he fires. It's caught. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. The Cardinals look to keep this drive humming.
Joe hadn't had a pick in a while.
Fast motion from the offense. From the gun. Give on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll put the tight end in motion. The play action fake. Fires to the middle. He's got it. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Play action does so many things. When you run the football and have success, it slows everybody down. Not just the linebackers and the safeties and make them come up, but the defensive line, they're thinking run as well, slows down the pass rush, gives me a little bit more time to develop routes and make it really easy on my quarterback.
And the Cardinals have it with a 1st and goal. Looking to move it through the air. He's got it on the run. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. See if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. If this offense wants to stay in this game, they have to punch it in on this drive. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's touchdown Cardinals.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get...
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure.
Inside.
Here comes the 2-point try. Off the play fake. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And a great job by the linebacker. You can tell, starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage, see it, diagnose it, get in the backfield, get the running back on the ground for the tackle for the loss.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wants to fire on second down. Pressure coming. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Royer.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like in third and short, what they like third and medium, third and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now, it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies, 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
He's got his man. And the Seminoles will line up to punt it away. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. This feels like a pivotal moment. Get the ball back on the punt. You need to put points on the board on this drive.
Yeah, it's a sense of urgency right now has got to be.
Oh, what a move to get open. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They'll go to the air on third and short. Makes the grab. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. They're trying to get to it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down. 1st down for this offense.
Yeah, dog.
They'll try the run. At the
Oh,
40,
you
there
got
he
to
goes.
split.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Got his man quickly. Gets away from one, finds room. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down. The Seminoles are threatening in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
He's got it. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown Seminoles! And the punishment has been extended.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Just about set to kick it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Getting some heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield.
Boy, Clarky.
The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the 2nd half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line is...
And he intercepts it.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back,
Yeah.
trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Running back searching for a hole. Oh, that is a nice move to get the ball out to the 36. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
The Noles will snap it on 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Pocket starts to collapse.
Gosh,
fires and picked off. Got room on the return. Inside the 30. The 10. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
late.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. They knock him down, and what a disastrous play for this offense. A loss of 10. Looking for a productive play on first down. He's going to pass. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. The sure hands, it's Royer.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they are going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
Caught. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Coming after him. Stands in and takes the hit. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
He'll do it himself. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Well, the field goal didn't quite make it through, but still an 18-point game. the Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try to get it through the air. Lofts one deep down the right side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Looking to the big tight end. Got a wide open receiver. They gobbled up a ton of yardage to open this drive and now in business near midfield at the 49. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Knowles! And the route is on. That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is...
Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida State. And the pummeling has started. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Big 10 victory. And he added the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough.
And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Give to the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is the 36. They'll go to the ground. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Right here. Let's do it. Check the recruiting out. Check this out. You got. I don't think there's anybody else to put on the list. It was too glitched. But they just put him on. See what he has. I like it. Let's see who else is left to play. GCC done. Four games. 4 games. Tennessee, Ohio State, Penn State play each other. TCU. That's it. So Tennessee plays Ole Miss. Computer. Penn State, Ohio State user, South Carolina plays computer, TCU plays computers. 4 games, yeah. 4. We out. Peace.